we have to come and assess the situation on ground here. I have one question. You started well. Why are you failing to finish? What is the struggle? And where does it come from that you have so many believers who struggle to finish what they started? You see, the problem is born from one place, just one place. We think this thing called salvation, we think this vision that we receive from our Maker was meant for you to be in charge of it. Let me explain myself and show you what's the problem, why we are struggling with these things. If the vision comes from the Spirit, if it started in the Spirit, it has to finish through the Spirit. You see, the issue we are having here is because one starts in the Spirit. You were on fire for God. You were on fire for God. And you heard something. But what happened next to you was this. You then, when you started right. But along the way, you became in charge. You allowed your flesh to be in charge and forgot who actually was the author of this thing. Jesus is known as the author and the finisher of our faith. Once he's the author, you then need to understand he's also the finisher. You can't just know him as the one who started the journey for you. You have to know him also as the one who finished it for you. You have to avail yourself and be conscious that I am here because of the Spirit. And in this course, in these challenges, whatever I then go through and encounter, it has to first be finished, or rather encounter the Spirit as well. The challenge that is set before you was never for your flesh. That issue that you were seeing before you was meant for the Spirit. So hence, if you then lose sight of the Spirit and gain sight in the flesh, what will happen is you failing or not finishing. Look what Paul said. Look what Paul said. Being confident in this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Yeshua the Messiah. If he's the one that started it, he will be the one to finish it. If this grace message started in the Spirit, as the work of the Spirit, its finishing is done in the Spirit. Its process between the start and the finish has to be within the Spirit. Once you lose sight of that, you have left the race. You are no longer in the race. You can't run the good race because the good race is a spiritual race. Don't lose sight of that.